Caesar Capital. Hope you're well. Quick market update, 29th of October 2023. We're looking at Bitcoin on the 3-day chart. So if you watch my previous videos, you'll see that we have a legitimate inverse head and shoulders. You can see the left shoulder here created back in June 22, the head, which was created in the low of Bitcoin back in November 22, so that was a 4-year cycle low, and then the right shoulder here on the 11th of March 2023. So this is a bullish pattern, okay? It's an inverse head and shoulders. The other way around, if it was a head and shoulders, would be bearish, but this is what we call an inverse head and shoulders. And the technical target for this is measured from the neckline to the bottom of the head. Okay, and that brings us around about the 40K mark. Okay, and interestingly enough, we have the Fibonacci 618 sitting pretty much right on that mark, that area of about 40K, 41K. And then above that, we have the 786. So the big question is what is Bitcoin going to do? Well, my view is that Bitcoin is going to reach out to this technical target at some point in time. The big question is do we have a retrace or a pullback back to this area of around about 31K, 30K? Now that area was a long area of resistance. Okay, it was resistance for a significant period of time until it broke out 63 bars. So it's about 6 or 7 months, this area here of resistance, and now we can we would hope and assume that this area is going to be flipped into support. So the big question is what happens? Does Bitcoin reach out to the 40K mark before it comes back and tests this area of support, or does it test this area of support before it reaches out to that area? Who knows what might happen, but in my view, this area, which was once resistance, has got to be tested really by the market at some point just to make sure that it is an area of support. Now, interestingly enough, these areas of the 618 and the 786 have always played a big role and feature in previous market cycles, and I'll explain why now. So let's go all the way back to Bitcoin's price action out of the first cycle. And you can see here, reaches its peak back in December 2013. Then it starts its trajectory to the downside in the bear market, finds its low in January 2015. Out of the low, sideways action, accumulation action around here, then up it comes, reaches out to the 786. In fact, it had a reach out to the 618, a pullback, then a continuation, and a reach out finally to the 786 just before the halving event. You can see the halving event here listed in the yellow vertical line. So that was the first cycle out of the bear market. This was the second cycle out, well, the second cycle out of the second halving. Nice reach out, then pull back into the bear. Then there was a really big extended reach out, probably an overextension really to the 786, where it hit about 14K. That would be the equivalent now of us hitting about 52K. So big reach out, back down. Then, of course, it was coming back up for 618. And of course, COVID came along. Quick liquidation downwards, then back up. So it did reach out to the 786, and that was prior to the Bitcoin halving, quite some time before it. Okay, so now the big question is what do we do? Do we come out, test the 618, come back down, and then test the 786 just before the halving or after the halving? Who knows? But these two Fibonacci's are quite important, and it will be interesting to see what happens because, of course, previously, we reached out to the 786 just before the halving. Previous to that, we reached out to the 786 quite some time before the halving. Now, of course, we're quite close to the halving now, so it may well be that we have this reach out just prior to the halving. Maybe we'll come up 42K, come back down, test this area of support, then come back up to the 786. And hit that target, but about 50, it's about 50K or thereabouts. So it'll be quite interesting to see what happens. But of course, looking back previously, we can see that Bitcoin has always been interested in these two areas just prior to the halving, whether it was close to the halving or not. We got the 786 here, hit just before the halving. 786 hit here quite some time before the halving. And now you have the 786 up here. What are we going to do? Are we going to reach out to the 40K mark, pull back, test this area of support up to 50K, or is it going to be straight up to 50K, back down to the 30K range? Who knows what will happen, but it'll be interesting to see what happens. We at Caesar Capital are happy with our positions, having basically accumulated at the 4-year cycle low. So we are more than 100% up in our positions at the moment and just sitting and waiting to see what happens. That's it for today. If you want to join the group, then please reach out to me either on Twitter or via the website, which is in the link below. If you want access to the 10 altcoin picks that we've spent significant time researching, then that will be part of your group access. Hope you have a good day. Thank you very much for listening. Take care. Bye-bye.